Alright, welcome back to 0.5%. This is episode 11, part 2. I was going a little fast through part 1. I wanted to explain a bit about the Nugget and Dust ETFs and went quickly through the completed trades I had today. But I wanted to look at it one more time and really see if there was a better indicator, in particular with the MACD averages. So I've got my spreadsheet open where I can see it, but I'm going to zoom into this first trade. The candlesticks are on here. The arrows are on the candlesticks that I purchased and sold at, but not the exact price. So the change of like this candlestick here, for example, from $60.48 to $60.58. I'm not sure like where I would have bought in the middle of that if I would have bought there. The first thing that I want to check out is the entry. So this was a terrible entry in my opinion. I got lucky. Maybe there was some indicators that said I was catching a bottom, but to me this is more luck than I knew what I was doing, because the MACD is negative on the 1 minute. It's not particularly a crossover. It is blue above black in a positive candlestick there. Let me see another example of when this has happened. So we're underneath the 200. Gotta go way back for that to here. So it was underneath the 200, underneath the 50, and the blue was breaking the black. So under 200, under 50, blue was breaking the black. So it would have been about here, I think. Let me see if I can fit this all on one screen. So blue breaking the black. Yeah, this was a lot more volatile, but looks like a similar setup here. And then there was a cross on the 1 minute at the bottom. The cross for mine was a little bit further back, but it wasn't as volatile. So the price didn't actually start moving up until, I don't know, 12:50 to like 10 minutes after the crossover. But I shouldn't have bought there. Maybe just in regards to the 1 minute. Let me go out a little bit, check out the hour. So first trade, or a couple first trades. So on the hour, we're positive, but 15 has gone under the 30. I'm starting to not like this, and I don't know what the reason is for these volume candlesticks underneath the MACD, but I'm starting to see when this is also negative and red. It's not, I don't think, always a good sign. Let me see if I can find another example of that. So what was going on here? This is where a switch happened. So it went from red to green, and it's going up, keeps going up, even though the price dropped from here to here. It got closer to the middle, keeps going up, and then these are kind of the same height, and it still drops, and it's negative. So when the volume's negative, it doesn't matter if it's green or red. I don't think the price can still go down. But then it was right when the volume went above MACD, the price jumped way up, had the crossover. So now, let me see. So there's the jump up. This is interesting too. So we're in positive MACD now, 15 above the 30, but the price is coming down. Is it positive? Yeah, that's 0. The price is coming down while the MACD is positive. That goes against what I've said in previous videos. Like I said, this is not financial advice. I'm learning. This is what I think I know. Something else has to be going on here. This is so same thing with these volume under. So I'm assuming since this is a deviation from the moving average, these are volume sticks that relate to that versus these are volume sticks that relate to the volume under the price. You can see this big fat green candlestick. It's switching over. I think these will in general signal trend changes, and these will signal price changes. So we saw right after that a red and then a lesser green and then red. Okay. Alright, so what do we have here? We have price that came down, a red candlestick that's less than the one before. RSI is coming down, MACD is coming down, 15's under the 30. So as far as the hour goes, I don't think that was a good time. 15 minute. Alright, so first two there and then the sell on the same. That is interesting. Alright, so you can't even see the volume under because I guess it's so low. But down here for the average volume under, or deviation average, I'm not sure. It went from red to green and closer to zero, and the price jumped. So the price can go up when MACD is negative if something like this happens. Because yeah, even the moving averages, negative moving average 10, negative moving average 20, the 50's kind of stagnant, 200 is in an uptrend. RSI was in an uptrend, but it was weak. And then here, so we have a huge gap from 15 under 30. But this made all the difference as an indicator. I don't know what it really means, but this is a pattern I'm trying to start recognizing. And it kept going. So yeah, even though MACD was negative and 15 was under 30, there's a couple times it went down, like right here between 145 and 245. It was green. But still negative. So okay, I think my MACD theory or hypothesis is accurate. I'm just learning a little bit more now though. When you see something like this, this might be the first indicator of a reversal, then seeing a crossover of the moving averages, and then confirmed when it gets back to zero. This could just be like a checklist. I get really like antsy sometimes waiting when I see these moving averages cross over. So knowing checkpoints along the way can kind of help. Be like, okay, we're here at this step, we're here at this step, and feel like I'm not just sitting here waiting, because sometimes the patience gets to you, and that's when you can jump in and make a dumb mistake. So let's go down to 5 minute first trade. So I drew a line of support here. Let's see what that's about. It must be on a different time frame than 5 minutes, but there was these bounces right before it. So we had almost one there, and one here. So I'm going to pull this down just a little bit to look at the actual candlestick better. I'm not sure what price I bought in there for, but this is a negative MACD. But it is starting to curve up. And if we look historically on the 5 minute, what happened back here? The bounce back from here to the middle was quick. It's 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes. And it happened way before the crossover. So I guess that if I knew more what I was doing, maybe that would have been an experience move rather than a luck move, but today it was definitely luck. I'm kind of just guessing, and I was waiting for this review at the end of the day. I'm fortunate that since I'm only looking for these 0.5% swings, yeah, I've got some bad trades in here, but I'm still in the green, still progressing up. I'm kind of experimenting, learning what do I think happens here, but I have to cut it quick, going up and going down, because I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not experienced at this. But the patterns are starting to come, like I'm saying now. So also looking at this crossover, let's think about those volume under candlesticks. So right here where it started to curve around, first indicator was red, getting less and less. So then it was a green volume stick under, or following here. But we're still in the red on the moving average deviation. So that's the first indicator. Boom, something's happening. RSI, second indicator, going up. MACD, at the point RSI is going up, we're now having these green reversal candles. So first check, boom, boom, boom. Second check, the crossover. That was a good time to trade, but because yeah, that's a huge jump. What was this? I don't know. Let's say you even got it at the bottom of the body, or where it opened at 58.86, and if you sold at the top of the body, Jesus, 61.63. That would have been a massive move. But I would need. I watch on Yahoo charts, so the lowest I can get down to is a minute. I don't know if there's charts out there that show you like 30-second candles or something, but like that price action is so fast. Like you have to be really confident. At least for my rules, we're a negative MACD, 15 under 30, RSI is weak. Like I don't think it's a good idea to try to predict the bottom. Just jump in when it's confirmed going up. Like I'd rather take a small piece of the middle every single time than one of every 2 times nailing the whole thing. Like yeah, I feel like it's just so tempting to think you know where the bottom's at. So no, I'd rather have that middle piece, and where I think finding that is going to come from just looking at longer candlestick periods, using a 3-minute candlestick instead of a 1-minute candlestick, like seeing those moving averages in positive MACD and the crossovers, everything lined up, 10 over 20 over 50 over 200. Just wait for it. The patience is worth it. Okay, so going back to where I was at, I think the 15-minute candlestick too is pretty significant at confirming trends. Like look at this crossover. If you would have bought in right there when it crossed over, let's say you even got it at the top, that's 61.09, and you got out here. Ooh, maybe not that one. Or 61.33. No, that's not the bottom. Hold on. I guess technically there's the crossover. 61.20. So I said 61.09. I mean, you lost a lot there on the come down, but you still win. The 15-minute confirmation is way more guaranteed than the 1 minute. So on the 15, what are we looking at? We've got a fat green here after the red, but it's not greater than. Like I think when it's going up, you want it to be greater than. Actually, look at this one. This one's higher, and this one's way lower, but the price is way higher. The 3 positive green stacks. I bet you if you put these into a larger one, like the 30-minute, what time is this? 10 o'clock. Let's look at the 30-minute. Where's 10 o'clock? 10 o'clock. Look at these two. See, it's a perspective there. The price went from here up, and you can see that here, 50 or red, and then a equal at least green after it. You couldn't see that on 15, but there is a way to read these that I haven't quite figured out, but I'm starting to notice. Or these, all of them, I guess. So, like, you know, these three accumulate more than these two, and then the price went up. What's interesting, though, is the one side by side. Like, why is this one so much more significant than this one? I don't think I understand volume very well, but alright, we're at 15 minutes. I'm going to call it here so I can keep going, but yeah, I think there's going to be a bunch of parts to this. There's a lot I've started to notice, and I want to deep dive into it. So yeah, thanks for watching.